Junie B. Jones is Captain Field Day. Written by Barbara Park. Chapter 5. Event Number 1. Captain Field Day to the rescue! Captain Field Day to the rescue! I shouted my loudest. Then I zoomed and zoomed all over the place. My cape flied in the air behind me. Those things are marvelous, I tell you. I ran in and out of all the children. Then, all of a sudden, Mrs. grabbed the back of my cape, and she held it very tight. I looked back at that woman. Yeah, only here's the problem. I can't fly to the rescue when my cape is crumpled, I said. Junie B, please, said Mrs. You need to settle down. No one needs rescuing. I blew the whistle so we can start the first race. Just then, the Room 8 teacher blew her whistle too. The first event between Room 8 and Room 9 is going to be a team relay race, she said. Since both of our classes have 18 children today, everyone will get to run. After that, Mrs. made a line in the grass where the race would start. Then she told us the rules. Each team will line up behind this white line, she said. The first person in line will run down to the fence, come back, and tag the next runner. The race keeps going on and on like that until everyone in the line has run. Does everybody understand? I jumped way high in the air. I do, I shouted. I understand perfectly perfect, 'cause I am Captain Field Day, of course. After that, I hurried to my bestest friend named Grace. You go first, Grace, I said. You are the fastest runner in kindergarten, and so you have to be at the front of the line. I grabbed that Grace's hand, and I pulled her to the front. Only too bad for us, because Charlotte was already standing there. No cuts, she said. I was here first. I crossed my arms at that girl. Yes, I know that, Charlotte, I said. But I am Captain Field Day, and Captain Field Day says that Speedy Grace needs to go first. So move it, Missy. Charlotte stamped her angry foot. No, I was here first, I told you, she said real snappish. Just then, Grace smiled at Charlotte, very nice, and she whispered a secret in her ear. And then, what do you know? Charlotte backed right up, and she let Grace go first. Wowie, wow, wow! How did you do that, Grace? I asked. What did you say? That Grace did a shrug. I just said the word please. I tapped on my chin. Please, huh? I'll have to remember that one, I said. Pretty soon, Mrs. blew her whistle for us to line up. Is everyone ready? She asked. Yes, we hollered back. Then Mrs. shouted in her loudest voice. On your mark, get set, go. Then, boom, fast as a rocket, Grace started to run. Go, Grace, go, 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 shouted Room 9. Grace zoomed the fence and back again. She tagged Charlotte on her hand. Go, Charlotte, go, 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 shouted Room 9. We're winning, we're winning, we're winning. After that, Charlotte tagged a girl named Linny, and Linny tagged Jamal Hall, and Jamal Hall tagged a boy named Ham, and Ham tagged Polly Allen Puffer. Then all of Room 9 kept on tagging each other, until finally there were just 3 more runners to go. Their names were Ricardo and Junie B. Jones and Crybaby William. Ricardo made noises like a race car. Vroom, 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 he said. Then, all of a sudden, he got tagged, and he took off running. Me and William watched him go. Ricardo runs fast for a boy in cowboy boots, I said, kind of proud. Crybaby William pulled on my cape real urgent. He quick whispered a secret in my ear. I'm not good at this, Junie B, he said, very nervous. I'm not a fast runner. I patted his slow-poke little head. Do not worry, little William. I am Captain Field Day, remember? I will save the day, I said. I will run so fast you will even be able to walk, probably. Just then, Ricardo came running back. Here I go, William. Here I go saving the day. Watch me, I shouted. Ricardo tagged my hand. I took off as fast as a rabbit. Then I kept on getting faster and faster and faster. I turned around at the fence, and I started running back. Only all of a sudden, a very terrible thing happened. And it's called, oh no, my shoe flied right off my foot. It went way high in the air. I ran after it speedy quick. Room 9 shouted and shouted at me to stop. Yeah, only you don't even have to worry, people, I hollered. It won't take me very long to put this back on, 'cause good news. I picked it up and waved it all around. Velcro! After that, I put it back on in a jiffy, and I zoomed right back to William. I tapped him on his hand. Only that boy just kept on standing there. Go, William, go, go, I shouted. But William shook his head no, and he pointed at room 8. They were jumping up and down and dancing all around. 'Cause guess what? They already won the race. Chapter 6. Losing. Room 9 was not a good sport to me. They kept saying it was my fault we lost the race. I stamped my foot at those people. No, it is not my fault, I said back. My shoe flied off, and so what am I supposed to do? Run in my sock foot? Meanie Jim got close to my face. Yes, you loony bird, he yelled. That's exactly what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to run in your sock foot. I thought very hard about that. Well, what do you know? I said kind of quiet. It looks like Captain Field Day has learned a little something here. Room 9 did a groan. I backed away from them real careful, or else they might tackle me, possibly. I backed all the way to Mrs. They're mad at me, I said. They're mad because they lost the race. Mrs. ruffled my hair. It's not your fault, Junie B, she said. Your shoe came off by accident. And besides, Field Day is not about who wins or loses. Field Day is about having fun. I hung down my head. Yeah, only what's so fun about losing? That's what I would like to know, I said. Just then, Mrs. made an announcement. Boys and girls, I don't want to hear one more word about winners and losers, okay? Field Day is a day to run around in the fresh air and enjoy the sunshine. We came out here to have fun and get some exercise, and we're not going to care one little bit about who wins or who loses. As soon as Mrs. walked away, New Thelma skipped up next to me. Room 8 is winning, she said real squealy. Room 8 is beating Room 9 1-0. I made a mad face at her. Yeah, only didn't you hear my teacher, Thelma? I said. Room 9 doesn't even care who wins and loses. Room 9 just came out here to run in the air, so ha-ha on you. Yeah, said Ricardo. Yeah, said Jamal Hall. Yeah, said Lenny. Then all of those people gave me a high five, 'cause I made a good point apparently. Pretty soon, the Room 8 teacher blew her whistle again. The next friend will be the softball throw, she said. Unlike the relay race, this contest is not going to be a team event. The softball throw is for anyone who wants to join in. If you'd like to see how far you can throw the ball, please form a line behind me. Polly Allen Puffer was the first one in line. I'm a good thrower, he said. I'm probably the best thrower in Room 9, in fact. Lenny lined up next. I'm a good thrower too, she said. Me too, said Jamal Hall. Just then, Crybaby William pulled on my cape, 'cause he wanted to whisper it again, that's why. I'm not good at this event either, he said real quiet. I don't have to do it, right, Captain? I don't have to throw the ball. I put my arm around his shoulder. No, you don't, I said. You don't have to worry about this at all, William. Polly Allen Puffer is going to win this thing in a breeze for us. Just then, a boy from Room 8 jumped in line. New Thelma did a loud squeal. Ooh, it's Strong Frankie. Strong Frankie is the strongest boy in kindergarten, she said, very thrilled. All of us looked at him. Strong Frankie made a big arm muscle. It was largish and roundish. New Thelma cheered and cheered. Go, Strong Frankie! Go, Strong Frankie! Go, Strong Frankie! She hollered. I tapped on her. You are getting on my nerves, madam, I said. New Thelma giggled in my face. That girl is a nitwit, I tell you. Just then, Mrs. clapped her hands together. Okay, everyone, we're ready to begin. The first person to throw the softball will be Polly Allen Puffer from Room 9. We only have time to give everyone one try. So, do your best, okay? Polly Allen Puffer did a big grin. I only need one try, he said. I have been throwing softballs my whole life. After that, he picked up the ball from the ground, and he winded up with all his might. Then, bam! He threw the ball as hard as he could. Only too bad for Room 9, because he didn't actually aim that good, and the ball went straight down into the playground. It made a round hole in the dirt. Room 9 stared and stared at that thing. Bummer, I said. Bummer, said Meanie Jim. Bummer, said Charlotte. Polly Allen Puffer jumped up and down, real upset. I need another try. I need another try. Please, teacher, please, please, he said. But Mrs. gave him a pat on the back, and she moved him out of line. I walked over to my bestest friend named Grace. He blew it, I said, very disappointed. Polly Allen Puffer blew it for our team. Yes, said that Grace. Just like when you blew the relay race, Junie B. I made squinty eyes at that girl. Thank you, Grace. Thank you for reminding me, I said. You're welcome, she said back. That Grace does not understand sarcastic, apparently. After that, lots of other boys and girls in our class threw the softball too. Roger threw the farthest in Room 9. The ball went all the way to the fence. Room 9 shouted his name real thrilled. Roger, Roger, Roger. The next person to throw was strong Frankie. He picked up a softball from the basket, and he rolled and rolled it all around in his hands, and he threw that thing with all his muscles. I did a gasp, 'cause the ball flied all the way over the fence, and we never even saw it again. Room 8 screamed and shouted and skipped and danced. Also, they hopped and jumped and twirled. Room 9 slumped our shoulders, very depressed. 'Cause guess why? Losing does not feel joyful.